Welcome and welcome back, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon, and as Free Pass February comes to a close, 200 gold passes given out, and here we are at episode 38 of No Cash Clash. But I promise you, we've got more coming, so stay tuned for the end of this episode and find out how to get your own free gold pass throughout the month of March as well. Now, episode 38, how far are we through Town Hall 8? You know, it's really honestly hard to say. It feels like we're halfway. It feels like we're at least halfway through. We have a ton of lab upgrades to go at this point, though, and I do have a critical question to ask you, the viewers, in a couple of minutes. Okay, I'll show you guys what we're talking about here. As we get through some attacks, you will notice that we talked about trying to get a little bit higher in trophies, and I'll just give you a sneak peek to the end of the episode. It's kind of like we've hit a ceiling. I honestly feel like this is about the spot where a mid-level Town Hall 8 naturally comes to rest, is around Gold 1. It feels like we are actually going to have to push trophies to get to Crystal, and we're finding a lot of Town Hall 9s. At this point, I would say the majority of multiplayer bases that I am finding when I am out in the quote-unquote clouds, are Town Hall 9s. We're seeing a lot of 8s. They're more mature, and honestly, the 8s don't usually have the loot or the trophies. It's the 9s that do, and those 2 stars can sometimes be a little bit tough. But you know what isn't tough? Using code Galadon. Did you guys know that that's how I am funding all of these Gold Pass giveaways? If you get a chance, could you please go to settings, more settings, scroll to the bottom, type in Galadon. The key is you have to do it every 7 days, otherwise it disappears. It does not cost you a penny, but the returns are huge because, like I said, it is funding the literally hundreds of gold passes that we've given out in February, and we will be in March as well. In addition to charity giveaways, this month's charity was the Cystic Fibrosis Organization. Next month, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. All right, so let's get some upgrades going. And also, what do you guys think about halfway through Town Hall 8? Is that kind of where I am? I honestly, I realize we're less than halfway on walls, but we have a maxed out king, and then we have a ton of upgrades to do. Okay, maybe I'm being optimistic by saying halfway through. Maybe it's more like a third of the way through right here. But we're doing our best to keep the upgrades rolling and to keep the builders staggered so that we've got some that are coming free constantly. All right, let's check out what is one of the most memorable Builder Hall matches I've had in a long time, if not ever, and it's not because it's particularly skillful. I will be honest that here at the early stages of Builder Hall 4, I'm finding it tough to get a lot of 2 stars. Now, I'm still using mostly just the archers and the barbarians because I haven't begun to level up the other troops. I realized giants would work real well here, maybe even drop in some of those minions. But for now, we're just going Barch style over here, and generally, I'm satisfied with a high percentage 1 star. If I can get like above a 60% 1 star, it feels like, hey, this guy's probably not going to beat me because I've made my Builder Hall relatively difficult to get to on defense. So that's pretty much what I'm focused on. And again, not giving it a ton of thought, not really focused on high-level strategy over here. I did kind of hope that I could get to his Builder Hall. As you'll notice, it's just not going to happen. And then, okay, so Gala Impatience, 61%, 1 star, and we've got 1 barbarian hammering away for 2 minutes at these air bombs. And I'm thinking, all right, you know, he's going to get through it, but let's just end this because there's no way that this guy's going to beat me. And then this happens. So, RIP, I want that 3 minutes of my life back because the worst feeling in the Builder Hall is a tie because you've just wasted all of your time and effort for absolutely nothing. So yeah, I guess I should have been more patient. A lesson learned in life. Okay, let's move on. Like I said last episode, we will be using the lightning spells in combination with an earthquake this time. For now, though, it's an earthquake of my own and a donated haste spell. And I'm actually thinking, as I look at these replays, that it should be the reverse. It should be a donated max level earthquake and then my own haste. Wait, I don't have haste spells yet. Well, RIP. So there you go. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does anybody have a better spell combination idea than what I'm using here? Now, you'll notice that the EQ lightning if we're careful, does usually take out a Town Hall 9 air defense. And again, look at the loot on this base. There was over 1.8. In fact, if we were to take all of the loot from this village, we would end up with a new gold and elixir record for my little Town Hall 8. But like I just mentioned, the 3 stars are pretty rare, even when you've got ground set expos, because that Archer Queen, man, oh, I can see. Okay, Clash of Clans plays games with players' heads, okay? I can see what's happening here. So as you progress through each Town Hall level, eventually you start to find players of the next Town Hall level higher. So the 8s find the 9s find the 10s, and so on and so forth. Well, yes, I certainly have Archer Queen envy, and no doubt that continues its way on up, because the Town Hall 9s probably get Inferno envy, the Town Hall 10s get Eagle envy, and so on and so forth. So it does kind of explain why maybe you see players rush, because they think, oh man, I could totally destroy this base if I had an Archer Queen. The Town Hall 9s are thinking, man, my base would defend so much better with an Inferno Tower in it. And do not fall victim to that trap. I'm telling you right now, do as I say and as I do in this case, and that is, don't rush yourself just to try to unlock the next content that comes at the new Town Hall level. You will regret it. I absolutely promise you that. Okay, so speaking of not rushing, here we go. Get another upgrade in. Notice we've got the cannons, mortar, and then a barracks upgrading. Again, like we spoke about last episode, 1 barracks at a time. That's the general idea. It does slow down the army training a bit, but as long as we've got 1 barracks constantly upgrading, okay, fine. There's 2, but that's 20 minutes, okay? I'm not attacking anymore right then. That's why we had 2 upgrading for 20 minutes at a time. Now, this is the next day. Here we come back. We've got 3 builders free. The mortar and the barracks, the only things upgrading. Lots of loot. Notice the Dark Elixir is running close to full. And actually, I feel like I'm learning a bit of a lesson right here about that, because I rushed to upgrade my Barbarian King to level 10 before I did any lab upgrades for Dark Elixir. I probably should have started 1 or 2 down in the lab sooner, and that way we would have cost ourselves a bunch more elixir. The king would have taken a little bit longer to get there. I don't think that really, honestly, especially because I'm doing air raids, having a level 10 versus a level 8 or even a level 7, 6 Barbarian King is making that much of a difference. He still feels really feeble. He definitely is not super strong yet, and a level 10 Barbarian King is just, it's not ever going to make a significant difference in a raid. So at this point, we are going to be overflowing shortly in Dark Elixir. Because of that, we'll probably start using some Dark Elixir for raids, Hog Riders, and hopefully some Go Wipe very, very soon. Okay, so back in it again. This, by the way, was not the first village I saw, but it was after maybe 3 or 4 villages. And the reason I decided to go for this one was because, honestly, the loot not that amazing, but I got sick and tired of this halfway feeling of struggling against bigger, stronger bases, and I wanted to get back to hopefully picking up more 3 stars. So we're actually using a formal funnel right here with the Barb King and a dragon on the left, a couple of dragons on the right hand side. Get those dragons, the balloons with the haste, and then the rage spell. I kind of wait and see, you know, where it's going to be most effective. Try to grab the dragons and the balloons, and sure enough, right here, this works out really well. The balloons rage in, take out several more defenses, and the dragons end up, almost every dragon ends up using this rage spell, which was a little bit of luck for me right here. It's tough to predict the pathing once they head into the core of the base, but sure enough, they're going to get through and grab the 3 star. That last air defense is going to go down, and that's really all you have to worry about. The air defenses and, of course, the wizard towers, if they're upgraded, can take down several dragons at a time, or at least grind them down slowly. So we're still having fun and having luck with dragons. I do want to hear your input for what raids you guys would like to see. I've heard Go Wipe. We've done Hog Riders. We'll probably come back to them. Again, all of these troops I would love to upgrade a little bit more. Even balloons and minions. Balloonion, remember, if you remember my Town Hall 9 series that I did last year, way back in 2019, yeah, we used a lot of balloons and minions at Town Hall 9. That would be a lot of fun as well. So I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see what upgrades first and what we can switch to. But for now, we're kind of being a little bit boring in that this is just working out. It's a powerful attack, probably the most powerful attack of all attacks at Town Hall 8 and the easiest to conduct, dragons. So even though it takes me 30 minutes to train an army like this, especially with one barracks down, it works for me and my schedule around the office. Now, hero hunting. This is the thing that kind of bummed me out. So this was an accidental achievement. I didn't even notice it, to be honest with you guys. So make sure you check your events tab, because you don't want to miss out on experience if you care, gems, and of course books. Now this is a book of heroes, so I ended up with a free book of heroes. Now of course I already have a level 10 Barbarian King, so R to the I to the P doesn't really matter. Now we're going to have the access to 2 books of heroes. Between that and the free pass, do we rush to Town Hall 9? That's the question. Okay, it's a trick question. No, you don't rush to Town Hall 9. Just sell the books, take the frickin' 50 gems, and be happy, okay? Status report time, let's go. Okay, current trophies. Last episode, 1836. This episode, oops, 1811. Still in gold 1, but not gaining. We've actually been losing trophies. Biggest raid, still 1.81 million gold elixir. Most dark elixir, still 4,797. So our next goals are actually going to be to trophy push. I'm going to try to get to Crystal just to see what it's like up there and if we can possibly stay as a Town Hall 8. In the meantime, you guys made it all the way to the end of the episode, and that means you are the true Gala fam, and I love every gosh darn one of you, so get out there and make the best of the rest of your day. Be kind to people, animals, and the planet. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.